Hi guys, welcome back to Darkiko Horror Bedtime History Telling Show, where we upload horror audio stories every single night. Make sure to turn on different playlists to listen one after another, and you can turn subtitle to read the story. Subscribe to our channel if you want to listen this kind of stories every night. Let's begin. I was traveling alone, and the only room available at the old inn was at the end of a dark hallway. The innkeeper hesitated before giving me the key. "Are you sure?" he asked. His voice shook. I nodded, laughing it off, but his pale face stayed in my mind. The hallway was cold, the kind of cold that crawls under your skin. The lights flickered as I approached the door. Room 13. The number itself felt wrong. The key was heavy, old, and rusty. It scraped in the lock, and the door groaned like it hadn't been opened in years. Inside, the air was thick, heavy with a strange smell. The walls were cracked, and the single window was dirty. The bed creaked under my weight as I sat down. I tried to shake off the uneasy feeling, telling myself it was just an old room, nothing more. I turned off the light and lay in bed. The silence wasn't peaceful, it was loud. I could hear my heartbeat and the faint sound of whispers. At first, I thought it was the wind, but it wasn't. The whispers grew louder, forming words. "Leave now. I sat up, heart pounding. "Who's there?" I whispered, my voice trembling. No answer. Just the whispers fading into laughter, cold and sharp, like a blade. I grabbed my phone, but it had no signal. The battery drained before my eyes until it died. The door to the room creaked open, though I had locked it. My breath hitched as I stared at the dark hallway outside. A shadow moved slow, deliberate. I wanted to run, but my body felt frozen, as if something held me in place. The shadow stepped into the room. It wasn't a person. It was tall, its shape twisting like smoke, eyes glowing faintly red. It moved closer, the air growing colder with every step. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. It stopped at the foot of my bed. "You shouldn't have come here," it said. Its voice was deep, echoing, not human. My mind raced. I couldn't look away. Its hand, black and skeletal, reached out. I flinched, but I couldn't move. The room spun as its touch burned my skin like fire. I fell to the floor, gasping. When I looked up, the figure was gone, but the whispers returned, louder, overlapping. The walls seemed to close in, the cracks forming faces that screamed silently. My head pounded as I crawled toward the door. The door slammed shut in my face. No matter how hard I pulled, it wouldn't budge. Behind me, I heard breathing slow, raspy. I turned, and the figure was there again, closer this time. It crouched down, its face inches from mine. "You belong to us now," it whispered. Its breath was icy, and I felt myself slipping away, like it was pulling my soul. I screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the darkness. My vision blurred, and I felt like I was falling into nothingness. I woke up to sunlight streaming through the window. The room looked normal. My bag was by the bed, my phone fully charged. It felt like a dream, but my wrist burned. There, on my skin, was a black mark shaped like a handprint. I rushed to check out, desperate to leave. The innkeeper looked at me, his eyes filled with pity. "You stayed in room 13, didn't you?" he said quietly. I nodded, showing him the mark. He sighed. "That room... it takes a piece of you." I never went back to that town, but sometimes, in the dead of night, I hear whispers. They say my name, and I feel the cold hand on my skin, reminding me that I left part of myself in that haunted room. I don't think it's over yet. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you have turned on playlist, then the next video is right on the way.